Hello and welcome, Magic the Gathering players, gamers, much love. Travis here with Magic learning Magic backwards and forwards. MTG of the day number 16 or 17. I'm having a hard time keeping track of that. Bringing you a mono green control deck. I'm all about breaking stereotypes, and one of them is that mono green can't be control or whatever. So I built something which is meant to play like control. This hand is not necessarily the most controlling, but the way it works is we have Primal Command, which attacks the opponent's mana and gets Eternal Witness, or it looks like we're against Infect, so this could be a really tough matchup. Yeah, could be a tough matchup. It's meant to loop Primal Command, put the opponent's land on top of their deck, search for creatures, Eternal Witness, and what's the name of it? Woodland Bellower, and basically just overwhelm the opponent. Net of the Reliquary, not Infect. There's Woodland Bellower, which is sweet. We can play it right now. I'm going to take a look at the deck list to figure out what we can get. So as is, our options are another elf, or we could get Kitchen Finks. So let's go ahead and get a, full screen, get a Kitchen Finks. Yeah, so the most important card in this deck is Primal Command, which we have 4 of, because if we get 1, it loops, and we can eventually run anyone out of cards, which is, to me, is what control is really about, is winning a long game by depleting the opponent's resources. Okay. Now, if the opponent has... we could get Elvish Visionary to draw a card. I think actually I like that more. Yeah. We have a lot of mana. We can win with Garruk Overrun pretty soon. Not really a control draw, but that's the theme. However, we might die to Retreat to Coral Helm combo, so we need to be mindful of that. Path to Exile is particularly annoying because we cannot Eternal Witness it back, but and we don't really need the mana. But oh well. Let's take this hit. I don't want to chump block just yet, because since we have Garruk, we can make use of the Overrun ability. I would like to do that. Okay, question of the day. So every day we are back. Theme is discipline, theme is consistency, theme is acceptance and embracing mistakes. And every day I try to provide a new question to make you think, which you can respond to in the comments or not respond to or think about in your head. And today's question that I've been thinking about is, why Magic the Gathering? Out of all the games we could be playing, what is your reason for picking Magic? Elvish Visionary, I'm going to play this. So, draw a card. Well, we drew a Wooded Foothills, which seems helpful. I should have chump blocked with the Elvish Visionary so that we could Eternal Witness it back, actually. We can play... we can play Garruk, and we can block with 2 creatures. And we would have 4 creatures left over for 12 to potentially win. It might be a better bet to use Garruk to make a beast for right now and to hang on to Eternal Witness. Although, I mean, maybe it's a tough play. This is a tough situation. I'm going to make a beast and hang on to the Eternal Witness. The goal is that later on we can just Primal Command, or if we draw a Primal Command, we're just back in this game for the easy win. So that's the goal. Anyways, the question, why Magic? For me, there's a lot of reasons. I've played a lot of games, and I picked Magic. And one of the main ones is it's both offline and online, so that's pretty rare as far as, so the opponent can use birds to take out our Garruk, potentially. That's actually pretty rare as far as games go. Most of them are just purely online. or purely offline. So that's pretty cool because you can play in person or you can travel with the computer and play online. I also like that it's still going strong for so long. The security in that, it has 20 million players or fans or whatever. Okay. Hopefully we draw a Primal Command and we can just win. Temple Garden is not really what we were looking for, but it's okay. I'm going to use Eternal Witness to get back Garruk and take it up to 4 to threaten an overrun. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's so big that I don't need to be afraid of it dying that much. I can put my time into it. What else? Also, very importantly, it's just become my biggest platform for reaching people. I want part of my life goal is to create a big social change for the positive to help humans. I want the humanity to be better for me having lived. It doesn't need to be way better, but just slightly better is sufficient. So, I mean, whatever I have the biggest platform to reach people, to help people, I should put my time into, and that's happened to be magic. And that's my specific answer. Your answer is probably going to be different. It's probably going to be quite different. So, again, that's just me, and I would love to hear your why magic answer in the comments. I want to know why magic. Yeah, this deck is way better when it draws Primal Command. When it doesn't, it can be pretty wimpy, and that's what happened so far. Is we have all this wasted mana, just not getting it done. Or, I mean, we can draw Woodland Bellowers, and that will help a whole lot too. Alright, so we could chump block with the birds to save our Garruk. And then we would have 3, 4, 5, 6 times 3 is 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. No, hang on. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 times 3 is 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 26. So the opponent needs 12 toughness to survive, and they have 17 toughness. So I am considering I'm going to chump block. We don't have lethal, but it's probably worth protecting our Garruk anyways. And if not, we can always just make another beast. Also, the opponent might have Knight of the Reliquary for Kessig Wolfrun, in which case we're gonna we might lose our Garruk here. So maybe I should have just let it go. Yeah. Oh well. The way I feel, either way, we're gonna need to draw Primal Command on this turn to really get things going. But if we do, we should be all right. Okay, well, the good news is we didn't actually lose our Garruk. Upkeep. Treetop Village. This is... I'm going to make a beast. This is what you would expect playing Magic, is some amount of variance. This is certainly a suboptimal draw that we wouldn't necessarily expect in a specific game, but we would expect always to happen given enough games. So can't really complain about it. Also, if the opponent attacks with everything, we're just going to be dead here. Probably if the opponent attacks with everything, uses Kessig Wolfrun. But we're given another chance. And we can still draw Primal Command and shuffle away the opponent's lands, which will shrink down those knights and really help us. There's another land, so very unlucky again in this one instance, but this is what you would always expect if you play enough games. So that's an important thing, and that's another theme of this that I mentioned and we've been mentioning is acceptance. Acceptance of mistakes, acceptance of variance. Again, bad luck is a thing, but it always happens given enough time, right? It feels unlucky in the one instance, which it is, but it is expected and a certainty given enough instances. So I'm about at the point where I'm going to concede because we're basically dead, and we're at the point where even drawing Primal Command is probably not going to save our bacon. We didn't really play out like the control deck too much this game, but interesting. Collected Company, yeah, I'm gonna see what this is, then I'm gonna scoop. Locks it on Smiter. And Tarmogoyf. Okay, well I'm gonna concede. Didn't really go as planned, but that's okay. We have more games. And as always, if we lose, we have more matches with the deck. And I don't mind sticking with the deck. So I'm actually okay with losing generally. So for here, I'm not a huge fan of Beast Within. I like Path to Exile in this matchup as a way to deal with those. I don't want another Gavany Township. It seems really good here also. I'm gonna cut a fetch land. Kitchen Fink seems okay. Acid Moss seems to me to be kind of mediocre here. So I'm going to go with the Finks instead, because the Finks work great with the Gavany Townships, which we put an extra in. And I'm not going to, or we could go with even another Finks, but I like Dismember. We cut Acidic Slime, but I think it's pretty great. And let's try this. Alright, we're back for game 2. Hoping for some more gas. Unfortunately, this one is a mulligan. If this Gavany Township was a forest, it would be very good. And the ironic thing is we boarded in a Gavany Township for a green source. So we might have gotten punished for that. This hand is not nearly as good. Much, much worse. However, I like it more than a random 5. And we do get to scry and keep a Utopian Sprawl, which is going to help us get things going. Not ideal, but decent hand at least. Opponent has kept, so they have a 2-card advantage on us, and may even have a speed advantage on us if they're able to get out a turn 1 Noble Hierarch. So I guess we don't have much control over it, but hopefully they have a slower start. Alright, we see a turn 1 Wild Nacatl, which is interesting. I'm going to go ahead and get the Stomping Ground. No, I'm going to get the Temple Garden. Shout out to Temple Grandin. Put Utopia Sprawl on it for green. And next turn we can get Eternal Witness down, grab Wooded Foothills, and from there be on pace to cast Primal Command, and then Woodland Bellower for Witness, and start looping that way. Opponent does have a Ghost Quarter. If they blow up our Temple Garden, and they're doing, that is going to set us back a turn, but it sets them back a turn too. And yeah, oops, Windows D. So that actually works out fine for us, and we have a Dismember. Go ahead and Eternal Witness, and I'm going to get back the Temple Garden. We could get back, yeah, I like getting back Temple Garden. Just line up our 4th land. And we have, or we could have gotten Utopian Sprawl, which would get us black mana. Yeah, we want to use this ability, which would save us life on this Dismember. But which is relevant because we're going to be taking a beating here. We're going to take 3, and then the Dismember is going to peel off another 4 life points. So we're going to be looking at a good amount of pain, but the opponent is not even yet to their third land. There's a Goyf. There's a land, which is good. I think I'm going to wait on this Dismember. And we're debating the best way to use it. So we could kill the Goyf. It makes sense to kill the Tarmogoyf because it would grow to a 3/4 immediately after the Dismember is played. And the next turn, and this works better because if the opponent might not even attack with the Goyf because if we have Treetop Village up. And then we can use the Primal Command to set the opponent back a land and grab Finks to buy some time or something like that. By the time we hit our 6th land, we can grab Eternal Witness and pick up the Primal Command again and start to really take over on the ground. So we're living up to we may not win this game, but we're at least playing the control game, which is the intention of this deck. Mono green, breaking stereotypes. I like to break stereotypes. And what better way than mono green control? So I'm thinking about waking up Treetop Village. My concern is that it gets hit with Lightning Bolt would really, really set us back. But the opponent might path it or use Ghost Quarter on it. I'm going to take a risk here. If this gets hit with Lightning Bolt, then I screwed us up. I'm not actually intending to block. Yeah, that works well for us. So, yeah. And then I'm going to dismember the Tarmogoyf. And we're going to take a beating from the wild Nikettle. And use this ability, get a forest. And then we can either chump block or go to 8. I'm okay with going to 8 on this turn. Primal Command can gain us some life too. We have some options here. Scavenging Ooze. That's actually really problematic to our Primal Command play. Okay, so although we do have Primal Command, finally. Which I would like to use to set back the opponent's land and gain 7 life, or life's low. Put target non-creature, target player gains 7 life. We're going to gain 7 life. We're going to put we could put the forest on top. I guess we can put the Sacred Foundry on top because it might cost the opponent some life. And I think I'm going to attack with Eternal Witness. I don't actually have an intention to block. But I do want to offer the trade. Maybe I should have attacked first. Yeah, that'll force the opponent to replay it if they want to get maximum value from the Nikettle. And it might have been worth holding back the Eternal Witness because we would block the Scavenging Ooze, force them to use a green to grow their Tarmogoyf. Yeah. So, for instance, this isn't... the opponent is going to be able to shut down any E-Witness shenanigans, and if we had blocked, we would have been able to pick it up from our graveyard. However, this should work just fine. We can Whittle and Bellower for either a Kitchen Finks or I'm going to attack. Either a Kitchen Finks or an Elvish Visionary. I kind of like the Elvish Visionary. Since we have Galvany Township going on, the opponent's still down on 2 lands. Yeah, Finks is could get shut down by Scavenging Ooze anyways. 10 life seems like, I don't want to say plenty, but... Or we could get the Finks. It's a really tough call. I want to draw a card, though. use this ability. So what do y'all think? It can't be E-Witness. Maybe I should have traded. I should have traded so we could go get Primal Command. So I'm actually okay with Finks because if the opponent... No, I'm greedy. I'm going to get Elvish Visionary. I want to draw an extra card. Rather than a life and a body. Because I feel like if we draw another Bellower or Primal Command or Primeval Titan, it's going to be so hard to lose that we might as well. Although we might just draw another land, and Kitchen Finks is guaranteed gas. It's a tough call. Tough call all around. Alright, so the opponent does have a third land here, and there's a Knight of the Reliquary. However, it gives us a window to... There's another land, so the Visionary didn't really pan out, but that's okay. So we have two options here. I kind of like trading the Woodland Bellower. Well, actually, if we attack with it, it's going to put the opponent in a tough position because we can grow with Gavany Township, or it's going to really cut down the opponent's life total. And that's going to give us more information about how we should spend our mana this turn. Yeah, I'm okay with trading with the Knight because that's going to save us from... Oh, the opponent's falling to 6. Which is interesting. So we could Witness and we could get back Dismember, but with the amount of mana we have, I like getting back the Primal Command. Maybe I shouldn't have gone aggro there. It's hard to say. Yeah, I'm mana short of using that Primal Command here as well. So here we are in danger of taking a beating, but again, Primal Command can gain us some more life. The opponent is very low on life, and we have Gavany Township at the ready. So we're in a pretty decent position. Things can go wrong and we can die, definitely, but our position is something that... It's a close game, which is good. I like close games. Alright, so the opponent has gone with another Knight of the Reliquary. There's another Primal Command, which is awesome. So, I kind of like Primal Command. First of all, let's talk about if we attack with everything. The opponent can grow the Knight to a 7/7. That's a problem. So I think what we should do is use Primal Command to shuffle the opponent's graveyard, which will shrink the Knights. And we can either gain 7 life, or we could go get a Kitchen Finks. I kind of like getting Kitchen Finks. Or we could get Eternal Witness and play it and grab back Primal Command 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The problem is we have only 8 mana and we're pretty tight on mana, and we have another Primal Command coming next turn. Although if we shuffle the opponent's Knight away, they're going to have to either double block or chump block or something like that. So I think this is definitely worth doing. Target player shuffles his or her graveyard, enters the library. Search your library for a creature card. Okay, so we're going to shuffle in the opponent's lands, which is going to limit his Knight of the Reliquaries to 4/4s for the turn. And then we can either get an Elvish Visionary, or we have the mana to get another Eternal Witness, but since we have mana, we already have things to do on our next turn, and I don't want to die. I kind of like Kitchen Finks. Yeah, which I'm going to do. And then I'm going to attack with the Knight, or I'm going to attack with the Woodland Bellower only. I don't want to attack with these yet, especially when we have Gavany Township and I want to make good use of it. Although the opponent, we have to keep in mind the opponent can get a Ghost Quarter. I think we're going to see a Sajiri step. That's interesting. Oh, we're going to see a Path to Exile. That can make things tougher. It will make things tougher. Go ahead and get a forest. Yeah, that definitely throws a slight monkey wrench into our plans. We still have this extra primal command, and with how intimidating the opponent's board has gotten, I do like having a kitchen finks down, padding our life total. Yeah, arid mesa. So, well, the good news is the opponent's at 5 life, so no attacks whatsoever. Okay, we're gonna see collected company in that case. 3, 4, 5. So our options are, if we want a primal command, we could do that. Or we could wait on it. We could instead play birds and use Gavany Township and save the primal command, or we could use primal command to gain life. I would like to use the primal command to attack the opponent's graveyard. I'm legitimately concerned about dying on this next turn. If we gain life, however, we could only gain life, and we could get a kitchen finks and play a birds that's not really setting up a winning position. On the other hand, if we birds and we grow our team, it's still probably not a winning position. Primal command for Elvish Visionary. We gain life. We can't really put a permanent on top. And then I'm not sure just shuffling away 2 lands is really what we want to do just yet. But if we can save it for next turn, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 4 mana. Doing some math here. 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, I kind of like just playing the birds and growing our team, and basically hoping the opponent's collected company is no good. Seeing what happens. Although, again, those knights might kill us, especially with Cassigolfr on trample. So we need to be aware. The opponent is down to 4 life though. Doesn't have a flyer, and we can grow this with Gavany Township. Ooh, okay, so they don't have it. They don't have collected company, which helps us. Although there's another, okay. Oh, they do have collected company. They're just being smart about their life total. Dropping to 3. So we need this to be a brick, basically. Search your library. How many Knight of the Reliquary triggers are getting used here? Alright, there's collected company. For another night, it seems like we're dead. Oh well. So, the good news is that we get to come back tomorrow and play mono green again, which I don't mind at all. Yeah. And again, for those of you who play Magic, would love to hear why you play. Again, for me, it's a platform for me to work on my life's work, which is not really Magic, but just helping people. And since this is my biggest platform, why not? I like it as a game. It's really fun. I like the deck building options, and I like that it's paper and it's online, digital, and I like that it's been around so long. It gives me pretty good security. Okay, say that we want to not die. Is there any way that can happen? Is there any way that can happen? No, there's no way that can happen. But why not try? So knight can grow, or maybe the opponent can totally fumble it, sack the wooded foothills, pump this knight, but they're not doing that. Instead, they can gain a bunch of life here with their Scavenging Ooze. Safer bet. And let's go ahead and grow the team. Maybe we could have won if we had played Dismember differently. Hard to say. Another Gavany Township. So what do we have? 10 mana here. Yeah, we can attack, but we're dead. GG's. Thanks for watching. We'll go ahead and do a quick deck tech. Like we said, the game plan is 4 Primal commands. We loop Primal command with Eternal Witness and or Woodland Bellower for the control finish. Although we've got conventional ramp elements here of Utopian Sprawl, Birds of Paradise, Arbor Elf, Elvish Visionary, Garruk. We have other land destruction and creature removal, and Elvish Visionary plus Gavany Township gives us the late game grind. And then the sideboard, we've got some various hate cards. And then once again, thank you to our patrons for supporting us. Thank you all so much. And then thanks to everyone doing the one-on-one coaching and everyone who's passed through the ebook and the program. That's still available. And the rest of you, I will be back and see you tomorrow. So take care and have a nice day. Much love.